Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today, I've got a really sweet story to share with you. It's called Rohan or Jadui Chocolate, which means Rohan and the Magical Chocolate. Sounds fun, right?
Okay, but before we jump in, I have a super important question for you. Do you like chocolate? I bet you do. I mean, who doesn't, right? Well, that's perfect, because our story today is about a little boy who loves chocolate more than anything else in the whole world.
So let's get started. Our story begins with this boy, Rohan, and his simple but very sweet dream.
All right, so picture this. In a cozy little village, there lived a boy, and his name was Rohan. And for Rohan, there was absolutely nothing better, tastier, or more amazing in the entire world than chocolate.
But, there was a little bit of a problem. See, Rohan's family didn't have a whole lot of money, which meant buying chocolate was, well, it just wasn't something they could do very often. So every single day, on his way home from school, he'd stop right outside the candy shop, and he would just stand there, looking through the window at all those yummy chocolates, just wishing and wishing he could have one. But then one day, something totally unexpected happened. Something that would change everything. You could even call it a magical meeting. So there he was, standing near his favorite shop like he always did, when suddenly something on the ground caught his eye. He looks down, and what did he see? A chocolate. But this wasn't just any chocolate. It was wrapped in this shiny, almost sparkling paper. He'd never ever seen anything quite like it.
So, of course, he picked it up, and as he held it, it felt kind of warm in his hand. It looked so good. But he had this feeling that there was something more to it, something special.
And just then, as he was looking at it, a tiny little voice spoke. "Rohan," it said, "I am a magical chocolate." Whoa, can you even imagine that? A talking chocolate? No way!
The chocolate went on to explain its very special rule. It said, "Listen, if you tell me one of your good habits, something good you do, right before you eat me, I will give you a little bit of happiness in return." And just like that, a brand new, wonderful chapter started for Rohan. This part of the story is all about the rewards you can get just from being good.
Now, Rohan was obviously a little surprised. I mean, who wouldn't be? But he was also a really kind-hearted boy. So he smiled, thought about it for a second, and then he said, "Well, I like to help my mother." And the second those words left his mouth, the chocolate started to sparkle and glow so brightly, and then, poof, just like that, a brand new drawing book appeared right in his hands. It was real, actual magic.
So, you can bet the very next day, Rohan was super excited. He held the chocolate and told it another good thing he does. He said, "I always complete my schoolwork every day." And sure enough, just like the day before, the chocolate worked its magic and gave him an amazing reward. This time, it was a whole box full of colorful crayons.
So Rohan caught on pretty fast. He figured out the beautiful, simple secret of this magical chocolate. It was easy. Step 1, share something good you've done. And step 2, you get a little bit of happiness back. Pretty cool, huh? So this went on for a few days. Rohan would share his good habits, and he'd get these wonderful little gifts. But as you can imagine, with every bite, the chocolate was getting smaller and smaller. And it turns out it had one last, super important secret left to share. Finally, the day came when Rohan was holding just the last tiny piece of the chocolate. He knew their time together was almost up. But just before he could take that final bite, the magical chocolate spoke to him one last time.
And this is what it said. This was its final, most important secret of all. The voice said, "Rohan, you have to remember this. The sweetest, most delicious chocolate in the world isn't one you can buy in a store. It's the happiness that comes from your own heart when you do something good for someone else." And hearing those wise words, it was like a light bulb went on for Rohan. Everything suddenly made sense. And that amazing feeling brought a brand new kind of smile to his face. A big, warm smile just spread across Rohan's face. He got it. He finally understood what the real magic was all about. He whispered a little thank you to the chocolate, and then he ate the final delicious piece.
And you know what? From that day on, something inside Rohan completely changed. He didn't really think about getting chocolate for himself anymore. Instead, he made it his new mission to do good things, to bring a smile to someone else's face every single day. He had found the real secret to happiness.
And that brings me to one last question, but this one's for you. After hearing Rohan's story, what do you think your sweetest happiness is? What are the things you do that make your own heart feel all happy and warm inside? It's something really nice to think about, isn't it?